Last time on my game room tour, I was locked and loaded with nostalgia. I brought out the old classics and we put them all together and I put them on the TV to play. And this time is no different as I continue on to bring out more games from my shelf and put them across the screen for you to see. So for now, let's keep on going and continue on with my game room tour.
Ready?
And here on my shelf, we have the Sega Saturn. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why are they so scarce? I haven't got that many. Well, that's because I started collecting them later in my life. And then I was starting to run out of room. Even though they don't take up that much room, I just had a lot less room, even for these smaller casings. This is more of a collection of quality games that I really love to play. Well, mostly. What is a Sega Saturn without Sega Rally, Virtual Cop, all the staples that we have, and I have. One of the first games I wanted to get was of course Sega Rally, because I never got to play it in the arcade that much, but I could now bring it home to the Sega Saturn and play it locally, right here in my game room, whenever I want to. No matter which part of the world these games come from, I can bring it home. Because I'm here for the home arcade experience. The Dreamcast, the ultimate gaming system, it tells us on the back of the box, plus much more if you read a lot closer to that. Yeah. And look how sleek it looks. Oh, it's ready to go for 4 players, and with so many games in the library to choose from. Sadly though, I don't have too many games in my library to choose from. This is the lay of my own land at the moment, but don't worry, it will get populated soon enough. Trust me, I've got plenty of room on these shelves to put more in now. That's the whole purpose here. And the Dreamcast still looks so good after all of these years. So now, I'm going to go down and talk about what's below the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast and all that stuff that's below the Mega Drive. I have my collectibles. They're in the most acrylic casings that you can get. The thickest, because they are the most expensive. They are collectible. And some even have the original H-seam, which means it's factory sealed, which is the way Toys R Us used to sell them to you. I have wall guns, which I've talked about before. A sealed copy of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. The best that you can get it, as pristine as you can get it. And as you all know, I love pristine. But I have 2 more copies of the game on the shelf, in box and on cut, and even on all my emulations. And all my Nintendo Switch Online accounts. I have more than one. Yes, I know, I'm not crazy. I know, there's something wrong with me. We all know this. Okay, moving on to the next section. What have we got here? Master System, Nintendo, NES, and of course N64. The reason why that I have all these in the same shelf is because, again, I don't have as many of these games compared to my other collection of my Super Nintendo and Mega Drive. Once I got to this point, when I was collecting more of the other ones than these ones at one point in time. Again, because I had less space. Now that I have more space, I can spread it out and get a lot more now, which is the whole key to this, getting more to put on here. There's stacks of room, I can put them anywhere. Action Fighter. Now, Action Fighter. This was the actual first game that I got because my neighbor had this game and we used to play it all the time. So when it came time for me to get my own Master System that I bought with my own money, as they were throwing them out at the shop, I got Action Fighter. Now, if you think that's the magnifying glass, think again. It's actually the rear vision mirror of the motorbike. It took me so long to work that out. I thought it was a magnifying glass, and some people still think that, and I actually gotta say, I can see why, because it does look like that. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why doesn't this box art match the game very well?
Well, all I gotta say is, have you ever seen Master System box arts?
The later ones appeared much more detailed, but the earlier ones, a lot of people didn't like because they didn't look like the actual game.
I think they've aged very well, but at the time they were really bad. I actually like how bad they are now, because the badness of them actually makes them really good, in my personal opinion. Also, I would say that Ninja Gaiden, yes, it's on the NES, but the best version of it is right here on this Sega 8-bit machine.
If you want to play a possibly better version of it than the NES, play it on this. But hey, I could be wrong.
I also could be right.
And at the very least, even if you don't like this version, well then, at least it's different.
As I move down, I will bring up the NES collection.
You can tell a lot about someone by what sits on their gaming shelves. And mine tells me that I really love Ninja Turtles.
I have all 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. Number 1, which is the most annoyingly hard game I've ever played in my life, for many people out there. The second one is a port of the arcade game in 8-bit with a few extra levels. And the third one is its own unique game for the NES. The Manhattan Project, a great game to own for the NES if you had it at that time.
And if not, you can always emulate it or get it on a Cowabunga collection anyway. Ooh, Cabal.
I imported this because you can't get it in Australia. There's no PAL version of this. This is the NTSC version because it's the version that you can get that you don't have here in Australia. So I get the game that you can't get because this is the one that you can get overseas, imported here. Come on.
It's always good to have a nice selection to choose from, with a couple of rare ones mixed in with it as well.
I also have games that aren't so good, like Bart vs. the Space Mutants. Great box art, terrible game, as you would know if you played it.
But there is one game that I don't have, that I want to have. And I can't find it on my shelf because it's not there. It's on the NES. I don't have it, but I do have others within the collective. They are isolated between themselves. But beware, they are ready and prepared to play on most Nintendo consoles, as it mysteriously missed out on the N64 era. I really do wish I had that first game though, but for now, this search is postponed until further notice. Now, my N64 games are few, but are of high quality, except for one.
Not a bad game to some, I'm sure. To me, it's a very bad game. To some, I'm sure some people like this game. I'm not one of them.
I bought it as a gamble based on a name that did not pay off. But that's okay, because the rest are quality. I don't like to buy games just to fill out the shelf. I don't like that. So my philosophy is to buy quality games as much as I can. Sometimes though, I am generously gifted games. My brother come in one day and gave me a game that he found secondhand at EB Games.
It's called Aiden Chronicles. And I had no idea what this was. And later in life I looked it up and it actually goes for a lot of money. I don't know why. I haven't really played it because it's not my type of game. I'm not even sure why he bought it for me. But I guess he knew I was collecting games and it's maybe something he wanted to play. He never ended up playing it. I never ended up playing it. But I know for a fact it's actually worth something.
More specifically, the PAL version, not the US one. That's a lot less rare.
But you know what? If it's worth something, then it's a collectible. I like collectibles too. Even if I don't like the game, I like collectibles.
I do need to buy more of his acrylic casings, because some of these games are worth it. Literally. One day I probably will. It really does need it, and if it's worth something, then why not? You might as well. Unlike some that I wouldn't even be able to give away. You know what I mean?
It can only do bad things when you put this in your console. So be careful, be warned, you have been warned. As we go down,
we have my re-release of the Game Gear by Majesco, a rare release, which I found at a retro gaming market. And right next to it, I have a few of my Game Gear games, which are essentially portable Master System games. And the more ways to play this console, the better.
There might be some slight differences in resolution, but essentially it's the same game. And it's so much exactly the same.
Hang on, I just gotta get up and get something from over here. Yep, here we are. Here I have a master converter.
I can put a Master System game into this slot and put it into a Game Gear and play the Master System game on my Game Gear. That's how close they are in technology.
So what you do is you take your Game Gear, put your master converter at the back of it. You get your Master System game. You turn it back around and then you click it all in together. You turn it on, you load it up and you wait for it to come onto the screen. And there we have it, a Master System game. But I can barely see. Too bad the screen is so small. Or is that my eyes? No, it's definitely the screen. It's the screen, okay? But don't worry, it's not only backwards compatible, this also goes forwards compatible. What does that mean? Bet you're thinking that right now. Follow me! Let's go. I can dance. You can dance. Everybody can dance. You didn't see that. Right? I thought so. Not only is the Master System backwards compatible with the Sega Game Gear, but it is also forwards compatible with the Mega Drive. With the Master Mega Converter that goes into a Sega Mega Drive. And now it's a Master System game being played on a Mega Drive. And it's so colourful. These illusion games, they're all so colourful. And with all these adapters and similar technology, all these games can be played amongst each other. The Sega family is interconnected, right here on my shelf. Mega Drive, Master System, whatever you want to play, they're right here to be wherever they need to be and to go to wherever they need to go. Everybody's just getting along so well. We can all snuggle in and play together as one. Speaking of adapters, I also have my Game Boy player, which I love, and it plays all my Game Boy games that I have right here on my shelf, all the way back from the original and all the way up to the advance. That goes into my Gamecube onto my CRT, where I can play Dragon Ball Z, especially Legacy of Goku 2, playing out those iconic moments from the anime from a top-down perspective. What a great game and a great find to have. I didn't really like the first one, but the second one was really good. And after this, I get to play the third one because I also have that one on my shelf too. I can also play the original Game Boy games as well, like Zelda Link's Awakening, one of the finest selections that you'll find in the original Game Boy library, and other Zelda games like Seasons and Ages, and they all go for high prices now. But no one wants to part with them because they were so good. Yep, they sure are.
Because it's one of those situations where you don't want to get rid of it and you don't want to buy it at that price because it's such a big price, but you don't want to sell it unless it's at a big price. So you got to be in the middle somewhere, and sometimes you just have to be lucky to buy it before it gets to that point, like I did.
Ooh, Super Street Fighter 2.
It's a revamped version, it's a revival.
But if you look a little bit closer, you'll notice that there's some slightly different animations and some backgrounds, which were taken from other Street Fighter games and also new ones specifically for this version. And the same goes with its Capcom cousin Final Fight 1 on the GBA. Same game with some alterations, like the Rapid Punch. I also have many of the Mario games that sit so nicely onto my shelf. Oh yeah, there's a few. There's a big variety, a bit of this and a bit of that, that sit there looking back at me as I look back at them, thinking, I better move on before this gets way too weird. Yes, let's go to the next section, because there's plenty more to talk about. Next time. Because it's not this time, I've run out of time. And I won't be running out of things to talk about, that's for sure. There's plenty to go, and plenty of Pokemon. Also, I have my PlayStation 2 all locked and loaded and ready to go as well. Oh look, a 2DS. Oh, I'm distracted, so I'll leave that for when I get there, which is not now, but of course, next time. Bye for now.